Hi everybody and welcome back to my wee channel. I've been given a drone to test, which you might have seen in my previous video, and it's from Holy Stone. It's called an HS720G. I'm quite interested in trying this because I've already got what is a very good drone, I think, from RUKO, an F11 GIM2, but this one appears to be smaller and lighter. And to be honest, that's the only criticism really with my RUKO one, is it's pretty chunky. It's heavy, it's fairly bulky, and you really notice the difference when you're backpacking in your pack. So I was looking for something a bit lighter, and Holy Stone out of the blue just contacted me and said, would you like to try this? It's a very similar spec. So it records in 4K, EIS, image stabilization, a mechanical gimbal which is good for the filming. It does things like follow me, so it'll track you as you're moving, and point of interest, so the typical kind of software driven features you get in most drones. The drone itself is definitely that wee bit lighter. I'll show you in comparison to the RUKO one I've got in just a moment. It's definitely lighter, slightly smaller in my hand as well by the look of it. And the control unit, excuse the dust on it because it's already been used a few times. The one thing I would say is that this is actually battery powered, so you have to buy AA's and put them inside it, whereas on my RUKO one everything is rechargeable via USB. The quality of the controls feels okay, and display wise, I'll turn it on for you, it's just very similar to the RUKO as well. The only thing is I'm using a Google 7 Pro and it's so big, it's literally on the edge of what it can hold here. It will do it, but it's very, very tight. So if you've got a large phone, you'd have to be very careful that it fits inside this. 2 antennas is normal. All the usual controls. Take photographs, high and low speed. You can tilt the camera. One of the things I do like about the Holy Stone, which isn't on the RUKO, is that the camera actually can zoom in on this one. Okay, so it's got the usual tilt, etc. But there's a zoom function on the app which allows you to zoom in the picture, which I thought was quite a nice add-on. Like all these drones, it comes with a fairly chunky instruction manual just to talk you through everything you need to know. I would say actually in terms of the software app that you download for the Holy Stone one, probably a wee bit more user-friendly, and it was just easier to get used to. I don't know if that's experience. Case itself is nice quality, again, nice kind of solid hard case with carrying handle, and all your documents and stuff go in there. Comes with a screwdriver for changing the blades, which again came with the RUKO, and you get a set of blades in here as well. One other thing to mention about the Holy Stone is it only comes with a 1 battery. The RUKO GIM11 comes with 2. You also get 1 USB charging cable for this, but no charger per se. So I need to check the ampage, but I guess you could plug it to a computer or a USB adapter. A wee bit smaller than the RUKO one as well, so again, easier just to carry in a pack. Although I don't normally take this, I'll just put it in a bubble pack and just take the bare bone units. So in terms of the quality of the construction, I would say it's up there with the RUKO as well. I'd imagine these are mostly generically made in China, and then possibly some are rebranded. I hope I'm not doing them a disservice, but at the end of the day, yeah, they're just all very similar. They're all quite user-friendly. This one looks quite crash resistant. Again, fairly robust, and you can change the blades if you have any issues. Now, the one thing I would say, as far as I can tell so far, is this does not transmit the video signal and record it to your phone. So once you've landed or you've gone back home, you have to take your card out and download the images. So although it's smaller and lighter, it doesn't fall into the category, I think it's under 250 grams, where you can fly it without a license or without a test. This one is still shy of 400 grams. The RUKO GIM11 is about 560 grams, so pretty chunky. So there you go, there's a comparison between the two of them. On the right, your RUKO GIM2 and the Holy Stone on the left, and you can really see the difference in these in terms of scale. This RUKO is chunky and big, but very high quality, feels very solid, flies really nicely in strong winds because of the sheer weight of it. The Holy Stone, I noticed when I was flying it the other day, gets thrown about a bit more, but obviously the electronic stability control counteracts that to some extent. And if you look at the actual control units in comparison with each other, quite a big difference. The RUKO feels really substantial. The Holy Stone feels a wee bit lighter, but it does everything you need it to do. To use an airline analogy, if this was a Boeing 737, this would be a Airbus A380. Also see the difference relatively in the carrying cases. RUKO is much deeper, more substantial. This is a wee bit longer, the Holy Stone, but it's a slimmer, smaller box. So I think that's the comparison physically when you look at them and some of the main features on them. What I'm going to do though is we'll take them out and fly them on roughly the same area and compare the video quality back to back. For me, that really is probably the crux of it. If you're a YouTube or a content maker, or you're publishing videos or whatever, for whatever reason, I suppose most of this is all about the actual output from these things and what the quality of the film is and some of the stills. So we'll take this out, we'll do a wee circuit of our local area and I'll show you some of this back to back and you decide. So I'll be interested to get your feedback and what you thought of the video quality on both. For me, I think the RUKO wins it at the end of the day. If you look at the footage, for me it's smoother. Not so convinced about the colour balance, which I think was actually better on the Holy Stone. But that's £100 more expensive. It comes in about £400 retail. The Holy Stone is £300 retail. Are either of them good enough? Maybe you should just bite the bullet and go all the way up to a DJI Mini Pro 3. But you're looking about £710 to £900 depending on the package. So there's definitely a place for drones like this, I think, for vloggers like me. And I'll probably continue to use the RUKO, I think, in the short term. The Holy Stone, I'm not convinced there's some vibration in terms of the props. You can see it in the film, for me. But I'll be interested to get your comments and see what you think. So thanks for watching. I hope it's proved to be kind of useful to you if you're considering buying one of these. And let me know what you thought in the comments below. Cheers just now.